It's a culture. It's a socioeconomic status. All these things play a role in how a family comes together. When you look at very religious families, like let's say you take the example of a rabbi and his wife. And I'm using very heteronormative, very old school frameworks. Do they love each other? Yes, in their view, they love each other, but they didn't get married for love. They got married because they share values. They got married because they have a common mission. They get married because their common mission mostly is building a family.
Jillian, my heart is racing right now.
Your heart is yes, so it's resonating.
Yes, I just had the conversation with one of my best friends the other day about the concept of getting married for the right reason. You know, growing up, I wasn't raised in a religious family at all, but we went to church on Easter, Christmas. My mom baptized me like 4 times. You know what I mean?
Because that was what was expected, I would imagine.
Exactly.
Yes.
My mom was trying to find her own way, right? So great. Like you make decisions based on the information that you have at the time. And when you don't have, my mom had me when she was 15. So she's just trying things and seeing what is right and trying that thing, right? So I get with my wife when I'm 18, and the first time we met, we talked about what we want for our future. Like this is like the first day we met. I was like, yeah, I just want to, have kids and buy a home and raise my kids. That's all that I ever wanted. All the other stuff didn't matter because I knew that for me, working hard is ultimately what give me whatever I wanted. I knew that just from being an athlete all my life. She said the same thing.
And this is at 18.
Yeah, I was 18 years old.
Wow.
I was 18, freshman year of college. And I was thinking like all relationships, people get together. The hope is they get together with the same idea for their future individually, and hopefully they find someone who has that same kind of ideal future. So this ideology of, well, we want to just have kids, buy a home and raise the kids. For some people, we are a Christian family. We believe that we should do X, Y, and Z because this is how God says it. Oh, I'm a businessman and this woman loves business and she wants to build an empire. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what the ideology is to the outside world. I believe that whatever it is that you two can align on based on how you see your lives individually, if you can see that collectively together, that is the thing that you come back to that ultimately is why you're with each other. It's not about the social norms or the religion or whatever it is. It's what you chose each other for.
And what you're speaking to is our values. You see, you both were raised, and I find it interesting, you talk about your family and you talk about, no matter how difficult parts of your childhood, I'm sure was, in ways that I can't relate to, no matter how much you had to run away from dad, that story, your parents did something for you. And they instilled a value system. They instilled strong family values in you. And when you met the girl, because at
Charlotte.
18 you're a girl, when you met the kid who would become your wife, the two of you bonded on the fact that you had similar values, which means that there was something similar in the way that you were both raised. And you connected that way. And so I think what you're saying is, doesn't matter what the cultural norm is, what the glue that keeps people together over the long term are values. And where people make a huge mistake, and it's no one's fault, we're not taught this.
Yeah.
But where we kind of fumble, is that a football term?
Yeah.
I know. And I think that's a Freudian thing. I think that was like, unconsciously, that word came to my mouth because of it's a football term. Where people fumble is not knowing their values, and then also not choosing based on values. I'm not saying you're gonna. I'm never gonna tell you, marry or date the person who you find unattractive and you're not attracted to, but you have the same values, so you might as well be together. But what I am saying is, you're not. It's not gonna work long term with the person who you're really attracted to, and maybe you have some compatibility, but you don't have the same values. And so I think that's what you're saying.